What is up, everybody? Season 5, episode 18, Bettors Delight. We're here. We're down a man. Unforeseen circumstances. Listen, we went to the Phillies game on Sunday. I got this cool Father's Day hat. Mark disappeared for the beginning of the show, which is an interesting move. I get it. I completely get it. Uh, I mean, there's just a full disappearance. He's back now, but to be fair, we left Matt at the stadium. He's still there. He was camping out, making sure that he got his Dead and Company seats for this Thursday. Needed the best spot, so he's out. Us three, we'll hold it together. There's plenty of things to choose from at bovadasportsbook.com. Now that I've gotten the intro out of the way, what is going on right now?
I assume because he's in last place. He's got the brown paper bag on now.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna sound like with this.
It's rather muffled, but
I will say I'm a little embarrassed. I blame the doldrums. And I made this for today's show. I'm not gonna wear it the whole time because it's one, I can't really see. Two, I didn't make a mouth hole. And then
it's tough to breathe out.
And then, I got plenty of space to breathe. It's just I didn't make a mouth hole for my voice.
Makes sense.
But I guess I kind of wanted my voice to be disguised because I am embarrassed. Last place sucks. But I'm coming. We're getting closer. We're clustering.
Boy, you ain't kidding.
But it was not a good week. Man City they won the championship. Good for them. I'm gonna do this now. Hold on.
You are correct. Man City did lift the trophy in the Champions League, but it was a much less impressive.
What hurt for me, I would have had a positive week. Lukaku in like the 89th minute had a wide open header and just headed it like wide open middle and right side of the net and just headed it pretty much right where the only place Ederson could save it at his foot. That would have been a plus 3.7 units there, and the draw. I would have been positive units if he just makes that simple header he's probably made.
Haaland had the best chance of the first half
in his career.
Haaland had the best chance of the first half. He scored 50-plus goals this year, and there's one of the 2% that he misses right there in that final, which would have been not only an extra goal for Man City, but a Haaland first goal, Mike.
True.
So I put all my eggs, not all my eggs, I put a lot of eggs in that basket. I don't know. I didn't expect it to be a close game, but it's been like the last 5 years. They all end 1-0. So
yeah, they've all been close. Haaland also didn't show up for any of the big games this year. So.
No, but big Jack Grealish fan. I don't know if you guys saw his celebration, but did not like him previously. But now just watching him, he is Jamie Tart in real life, but like the early season Jamie Tarts. So.
That's when he was Jamie Farts.
Yeah, good one. Jamie Darts. That's you.
If only.
That's you, buddy. So yeah, it was a good game though. So cool.
It was close. It was a close
Sucks
game with some big moments, but nobody really scored.
I'm gonna see if I can make a mouth hole in this.
You don't need to make a mouth hole. I appreciate the attempt. But yeah, fellas, I mean, just unbelievably brutal week across the board. Yeah, maybe Matt isn't stuck at the stadium. It's the minus 10 plus units on the week, only to be outdone by Mark with minus 15. I had the best week out of everybody, and I actually thought that my week was going to be much better than it was until I actually did the tallying yesterday, and I was like, oh no.
Everybody? I thought my week was going to be worse than it was. Actually, no, I didn't. It's historically bad. It's pretty bad.
I know. We've done way worse at Bovada.
Yeah. We've had some rougher weeks in our day.
How's that? The side mouth hole.
What are you, Nelly? What is going on here?
Is there a Band-Aid on there? Oh, I thought it was a Band-Aid.
No, it's not a Band-Aid.
When he cut it, it fell apart, didn't it? Is it a cereal box? That's how I knew. I'd see what it is. Yeah,
it's a box, and I put it together with these. So
I mean...
I try and bring my creativity to the show. My banner hanging, my now shameful mask. That's what I'm here for. Matt's the funny quips guy. He's the movie guy. Greg's the host. not quite sure what Mike's here for.
I'm just
But
the guy
you know,
with yeah.
no, not for me. So let's see what we got. I mean, Bovada's always full of winners, though. We can turn it around. That's always the best part. We can always turn it around.
Doldrums.
Well, the doldrums aside, I like how it took you hearing John Kruk say that on a Phillies broadcast this week for you to believe me that it exists.
I was dying laughing when I think it was Friday. He was something about the after the game, and I think he was talking about the offense, and then like it's like them being slow or something, or like the offense hitting some slow patches, and he was like, "Yeah, the doldrums." I was like, "Oh!" It's like that Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
It was,
He's just pointing at it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, fellas, we are in the doldrums. There's no doubt about it because both the NBA and NHL finals have been decided. The Denver Nuggets take home their first title in franchise history. The Golden Knights take home their first Stanley Cup in franchise history. I'll tell you what.
My Golden
from
Knights.
Bunch of losers in South Florida. Only a crazy city like full of losers would lose 2 championships like that.
Within 2 days of each other,
Yeah.
almost pulling trying to pull the Philly special in that situation.
Exactly.
Where you lose 2 in the same day. But the MLS doesn't count, and they're getting messy, so who cares? But regardless, our futures in these sports, whoo, buddy, did we do bad.
Not very good.
The only person that had a winning record, and this is where, Mark, I have to give you some credit, is you hit the Golden Knights to win the Western Conference, which legitimately saved both sets of futures. You finished up 6 units combined, where everybody else just got absolutely hammered. Me and Mike clearly know nothing about predicting hockey. Both going 0-7.
But
misery.
People ask, did I power the Golden Knights to a Stanley Cup with my jersey and Mark Stone with a hat trick last night? Some people are asking
if I powered it to them because I picked them in the Western Conference. The year before, I picked the Panthers. So, I can't believe this guy wasn't wearing the Golden Knights jersey. If there's ever a time
I wore it last week. I couldn't wear it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, well, you probably didn't wash it.
No, it's definitely just been on the floor in his bedroom.
Not on the floor. I have a thing at the bottom of my bed where you can put stuff on top, so it's not on the floor. And that's where a lot of my jerseys are. I don't know if
all right, so essentially the floor. It's close enough to the floor.
You have what, like a love seat that you just throw stuff on?
And you can open it up.
Yeah, it's like an ottoman. I got the same. I got a similar thing at the end of my bed. You know what sits there? You know what sits at the end of my bed on that thing? Dirty clothes.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yes,
so
correct.
I think you could go over under at Bovada like 7 to 8 different dirty clothes items on that bench currently in Mike's room. There's no doubt about it.
Nonetheless, my Golden Knights. I brought that championship to Vegas.
Yeah. Well, now this is going to be rough. We don't have much going on.
Dude, you ain't kidding. Looking at setting up the lineup for today's show and then also looking over just what sports are really in play currently, especially considering I don't know why I ever dip into tennis. We can Djokovic, greatest of all time, sickening
just
defeats.
Dominated Alcaraz.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. Mike said Mike said he was the new king of the clay, Carlos Alcaraz.
No, Mark said
no, that was me.
Mark,
that was me.
Even worse.
We got the new queen of the clay, Iga. Even though I did,
he's putting it back on. The mask is back on.
The mask is back on. I think I just hurt my ear putting it back on. But
it just hurt my ear.
I think I did a pretty good job though, and I can actually see decently with just like a couple slits right here.
I mean, this
is good work. And look, hi guys.
If you're not watching at youtube.com/theunderdog, macronepicks.com, it's incredible the visual that we're getting with the mask.
Oh, what if I just hold it like this? That's probably better.
Probably not. I would just forget the mask for now. You can look through the hole. That would work too. But no, fellas. I mean, we are. It's tough. It's gonna be tough sledding until we can get to like the Women's World Cup. There's no Olympics this summer. The
You
Olympics
know,
has saved us during some of these slow times. The Euros saved us during year 1 or 2 of the podcast. We're gonna have to really grind here to find the value. You can't hit Carolina Muchova every week like you two value boys did. So
that was the best way to start a week, and then I
It was.
lost everything pretty much after that.
One of the greatest tennis comebacks and wins I've ever seen, too. And I thought I was going to have a real good week, and then it all went downhill after that.
yeah, not great, not great at all, Bob. But nonetheless, I mean, there's a lot, not a lot to choose from. But luckily, U.S. Open is this week, so we do have some golf. We'll close the show with that in a little bit. But the UFC card isn't the best ever. Believe me, the bucket let everybody know about it several times how poor that card
usual.
looks.
Lost last week. Man, Nunez retiring.
Well, you just don't know ball, dude.
Greg,
when it comes to you just don't know Octagon.
Greg. One, I hate Greg because he claims I owe him money.
How did Miranda Maverick do?
She lost too.
That was
just
for a guy that
throw in for parlay.
For a guy that pretends to know women's MMA like you do. It has to be tough to lose every women's MMA pick.
I don't pretend. I literally say whenever I have a lock, I normally lose. So I don't know what you're talking about. Nonetheless, nothing gets me angrier than a fighter that just doesn't throw punches, which is what Irene Aldana did this weekend. She cracked her in late in the first round and then did not throw one actual powerful punch the rest of the fight for the next 20 minutes. I never understand it. I don't understand how you can go into a fight and just not throw punches.
Still waiting for that video of her cracking her in the first round that you told me you were going to send me on Sunday, along with my Venmo. If there, several units.
Go on YouTube and see it.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally go on YouTube and you can see it. I didn't take the video.
I only go to one YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/theunderdog to view all of our videos along with all the other shows on the network. You know how that goes. Well, fellas, I say after all that and the lead up, I say we dive right in to Bovada and get into the world of Major League Baseball. It's a pretty decent slate. We also have the road to Omaha has fully been completed. College Baseball World Series getting underway this weekend. Whole lot of fun. Go Beavs. Didn't make it this year, so that's a tough one. What do you mean? You had an Arsenal flag up for several decades.
Yeah, well, they were in the lead, and then I got told that I was the jinx, so I tried to change it up.
I'm pretty confident I see a Temple flag up there too. I don't remember when's the last time they won anything meaningful ever. Adam Sandler's movie. That's probably.
There's a lot of things. There's so many running through my mind. I just can't even. You
can't pick one.
Like,
just
my mind. I'm trying to focus on my picks. So trying to pick something out of that. All my memories. Beating Duke, great. That's not
a title.
It was only like 4 years ago. I
beat
think.
Houston last year.
Yeah, Duke beat
not
the number one team in the nation. Houston made it almost far in the tournament.
Remember that time you guys lost to Notre Dame, but you got to host College Game Day? That was cool.
Dude, that was awesome. I was at that game. We should have won that game.
I was at College Game Day that day.
Should have won that game.
Showing my support for Temple.
I appreciated you for one day of your life. Congratulations.
I mean, it's not like I was wearing the colors or anything. I just was there. I wanted to see the guy put on the big mascot helmet.
You know what he was going to put on. You know what Lee Corso was going to pick. He wasn't.
I thought he was going to pick the owl.
No way.
I thought he was going to pick the owl.
Almost should have, but my voice got pretty high there, didn't it?
It did. Well, fellas, I'll tell you where I'm starting. Speaking of owls and birds alike, we have an all bird matchup at the top of the card here. It's Mr. Blue Jay taking on the Orioles, and arguably the best catcher in baseball, Adley Rutschman. Not to bring up a sore subject, Mike.
Why?
But I'm on the JT Real Muto side of that.
Adley Rutschman is a great catcher. And
Brought
he
me a
will be
national
great
title.
catcher for a while. It's just
For a long time.
to say that he's so high and above JT Realmuto is one of the most disgusting takes I've ever seen, especially when you're a Phillies fan, nonetheless. A Phillies fan. Who knows?
Let's be fair. Well, speaking of them, I'm going against the Orioles this week. They were my lock last week. I'm going against them this week. I'm taking the Blue Jays plus 105. Getting right down to business with Mr. Blue Jay. I saw him outside earlier. Gave him a shout, and I'm in on that there. Mike, what do you got?
I'm actually
What do you got in?
I'm in that game. I have the over 9 minus 115. I couldn't choose a side. I'm gonna go out there tomorrow, right at lunchtime. Maybe eat some lunch in my backyard and say hi to Mr. Royal and Mr. Blue Jay out there and hope for runs.
Does that usually give you runs? Eating a sandwich while watching a bird?
They say what's up to me as I'm eating my sandwich. That means runs.
Hakuna Matata, maybe.
You know what?
Oh. Oh.
That's why I said it, Mike.
So stupid.
For the listeners that should be viewing, he is wearing a Lion King shirt, and he just tried to show it to me as if I didn't see it.
It's a little small on the shirt, so I wasn't sure.
I can see it. It's Simba. It's Simone and Pumbaa.
Simone and Pumbaa.
That was my fault. That was a slip of the tongue.
Simone and Pumbaa. But yeah.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
I'm going to start with our boys. I'm going to take the Phils with Nola on the mound. He's coming off a bad start, but that was coming off a great start. So I think he comes back here. He's got to get his mind off the dang pitch clock. He really needs to just get over it.
It's an excuse for being a bad pitcher.
You're not wrong, but just get over it. It's not going to change. It's not going back.
You do have to get over it, but he's not a bad pitcher. You can look at plenty of other people that are being affected by the pitch clock because they're slower pitch and stuff. Like Sandy Alcantara stinks this year. Not stink, but he's doing worse.
He also needs to get over it.
Everybody
needs to get over it at this point.
It's hard for some people that have been pitching the same way for the last 10 years to just change their entire
over it. Yeah.
At this point, when did the rule come out? It has to be almost close to a year.
It takes more than 3 months of actual action, like 10 starts, to change your entire way you played.
It's not, because you should be doing it every time you're practicing. Every time you're doing a simulated thing, anytime you're doing it anytime you're pitching bullpens, you should be doing it on a pitch clock.
Creatures of habit. It's hard to switch a 10-year thing.
That's what I'm saying. Make it a habit.
I'm saying to switch it that quick because I think it's far too quick.
But other pitchers have made it a good adjustment.
Some have, some haven't, but it all depends on how fast you pitch or what you're.
So maybe those guys did what I was saying. Maybe they're doing what I said. Who knows, Mike? Don't argue with me. I got the Phils. I'm double dipping on the Phils, actually. I got them money line and run line.
I have that money line.
I don't want to say anything else about them. Why I have them run line now.
The Phillies.
I'm just going to knock on wood.
It's June. There's a lot of people mocking.
June. That's a good way to put it.
Just a month. I'm not saying there's a guy that's on here that mocks it, but there is. But it's
there
just
isn't.
a month.
No,
turn
there
of the calendar.
Isn't.
Did they forget it was June?
Mike, you know what I heard?
Coming alive.
You know what I heard, Mike? That games in June count the same as games in October or September and August. So that guy needs to remember that.
And the Dodgers hit a home run every single time they got a piece of the ball or piece of the bat on the ball on Sunday.
A lot of strikes from up in the 300 level. I'm on the Phillies as well. I was tempted to go Diamondbacks minus 1.5, or at least minimum Diamondbacks plus 113 at Bovada.
Hater.
Simply because, let's be fair, it's Nola Day. We know what happens on Nola Day. The other teams, it's like home run derby for the other teams.
I know. The D-backs are definitely going to get one. So if you want to make like a bet, you should probably pick somebody that's starting for the D-backs to hit
Ketel Marte to hit a home run.
Somebody.
Goofy
no,
like that.
You know who it's going to be? Walker. Actually, let me find that.
Corbin Carroll's a dog.
How about the bench clearing incident?
I mean, that was
Diamondbacks manager. Just sit in the dugout.
Yeah. He clearly didn't hit. I get protect your player, but then he just started like yelling at JT and yelling at Rob. Like, what? They're obviously not hitting Corbin Carroll on purpose up 5-2 in like the second or like the third inning. with the man already on base.
Last thing you want to do is put people on.
Correct, especially him. He flies around the bases. Like
Yeah.
somebody like Walker would be more like, oh, let's hit him. He's not going to steal.
I'm also on the Texas Rangers -130 taking on the Angels and Shohei Ohtani. Go ahead, Mark. I see you shaking your head.
Yep, I'm on Shohei, man. He is incredible. He is. I think he's leading the AL in pitching and hitting, and home runs and pitching ERA. So, give me Shohei. It's showtime.
I have the under in that game. Under 8.5 -120. They got.
I know the Rangers
you got
are
Shohei
good.
and you got Nathan Eovaldi, who's probably should have signed him over Taijuan Walker, who is getting better, but Eovaldi's been unbelievable.
Taijuan Walker's given up like 5 runs in his last like six starts.
6 starts total. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he started off slow, but he's starting to come around. I'm saying Eovaldi's been one of the best pitchers.
Oh wow, Mr. Negative! All of a sudden it's June.
Yeah, now look who's doing
it better in June.
Oh
it only matters for the batters.
I agree with Greg here. That's on you.
Oh,
June only
Eovaldi's been better than Taijuan Walker. We had a chance to sign either or. We chose Walker.
Only batting matters in June,
the
guys.
last 6 weeks starts though. You could probably say that.
I said he's been getting better. He just started off slow.
Yeah, but I'm saying that he might be better than
June. Have been unbelievable.
You have no idea.
You have no idea. You can't handle the truth.
My arguments for the June thing is that people like Trey Turner and Kyle Schwarber have great OPSs and stuff in June specifically, so they weren't going to – their numbers show they won't stay.
I know. They waited. They said, oh, shit, it's June 1st.
Time to wake up.
It's time to actually play baseball.
There he is.
It's June 1st.
Hater.
It's not hater.
Hater.
Did I take the Phillies over the weekend? Of course I did against the Dodgers. I'm taking the Dodgers today against the White Sox -145 tomorrow. Michael Grove taking on Dylan Cease. The White Sox stink. It's the Dodgers. That's fine. But you can't call me a hater when I'm just telling you. I'm watching this team and I see what's going on, and they were like, "Look at our calendar. What's the month start with? Is it J? All right, time to go out there and hit and not bat 177 for 2 months." Like, what?
I'm anti Greg.
I'd be anti me. I don't care. What's your next pick, Mark?
My next pick is I'm going with the Astros run line over the Nationals, -115. The Astros are good. The Nationals are not. It's sometimes it can be that simple. Sometimes it can be that simple, and that's what I'm going with as my strategy since I'm in last place.
You just got to make it easy. I get that.
Yeah,
I get that. Mike, anything else in baseball?
Did you take the Astros there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you not listening?
You took the run line.
I'm on the run line as well.
Woo! Value boys.
Sorry, I was looking at my phone.
About
Sad.
what?
Sad.
Did Matt send you a picture from like section 107? Guys, I'm hiding in the bathroom here at Citizens Bank Park.
No one's found me yet.
I'm hoping that when they start unloading the equipment tomorrow for Dead and Company, that I'll be able to just pretend I'm a roadie.
He's cooking up the pizza in the Manco. He's got the pizza grill going.
Shout out, phenomenal pizza at the ballpark.
Pizza.
Never really a pizza at a sporting event guy, but that was phenomenal.
Correct.
You could get a chicken sandwich as well because those are delicious.
I won't lie. When you unwrapped it, I was rather jealous. I definitely was.
It was. It might have contributed to my almost heat stroke feeling, though. I know it was probably only like 86 degrees, but boy, did it feel like I was on the sun.
It was out in that sun was an interesting concept, and I very much so thought I was going to fall asleep.
We were all stuffed in those seats pretty tight too.
Sardines,
and then we moved over, and the group next to us was like, "Yeah, you could take those seats, I guess. That's fine." I was like, "Yeah, dude, we need it.
Stay there if the people came back. Like, we're not dumb. Like,
we're respectful people. We just need a second."
Exactly. We have anything else in Major League Baseball, Mike?
Nah, that's it.
Mark?
I do. I don't think I gave you my Rays pick yet.
You did not.
I got the Rays run line as well, -120. They are playing the A's.
I know the A's are playing some good baseball right now, but I mean, this is still an 18-win team now that they've won 7 in a row, which is ridiculous at this point in the season. So I'm going to take the Rays run line minus 120. And then to round out my baseball picks, since we are in the doldrums, I'm getting, not my baseball, but my MLB picks. I'm getting the Angels, the Phillies, the Houston Astros, and Tampa Bay, all money line, plus 622.
Plus 622 for you on Bovada with that one, Mark. It's a good parlay. I mean, I don't hate that at all. So
The Astros are at minus 220 in that instance, and the Rays are at minus 200.
well, are you taking those?
I'm not taking
all right.
those separate. I'm just saying it. So if one of them gets canceled for any reason, we can come back and listen and figure it out.
The odds out. Good.
Yeah.
Listen, I appreciate that. The due diligence.
Yeah.
The due diligence of you to do that.
Listen, we've had issues before. I've learned.
Yeah. Well, we talked a little bit about moving on from Major League Baseball. We do have the opening of the College Baseball World Series, the road to Omaha.
Toad to Omaha.
The toad to Omaha as Mike has latched in yet again to TCU in another NCAA sporting event.
It's a good year for them. It's the first time they've made the college football. A team's made the college football playoff, the tournament, and college World Series in like 1 year span as like any program ever. So it's a good year to be a TCU fan. So I got a minus 180.
Hopefully they win one.
I hope
Hopefully
they win one. I hope they win my future hits. But I'm gonna take it against Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts was a 4 seed out of the regional. I think their shine is coming to an end here. So
Or Roberts plus 135 to
you knew
open
that
up
was
the
coming.
College World Series with an upset.
You knew that was
Hey,
coming.
value boys, get the visa up, value boys.
This guy's a hater all over the place.
I would never hate on anybody. Mark, what do you got in the College World Series?
I'm gonna start with Virginia. I'm gonna stay away from that game for right now because I don't like the tension between you two. But Virginia over Florida at plus 105.
I'm on Florida. Minus
Nobody asked me
135. Oh, sorry. Well,
I'm also on Florida minus 135.
You guys are both.
like I said, they won my lock last week. They're a really good team. I think that TCU Florida game is going to be I think either TCU or Florida is going to make it out of there. That's going to be a massive game I assume they'll play either Saturday or Sunday after Friday. Or no, is it Friday? Yeah. So I think that would be a massive game. So.
My last pick is the Tennessee Volunteers plus 160. Some good value there. Shout out to one of my best friends. He was also at the game on Sunday, but he was chilling in the lower levels. Much better seats than us. Little JG out there on the Vols, right, Mike? You know who's on the Vols, Mike. Don't pretend like you don't know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Shout out, JG.
Mike, with the blankest stare possible.
I was confused for a second who we saw at the game, but now it all makes sense. He did call us poor, though, so.
Well, what are you going to do? Some people like to sit in the upper decks, get the breeze. It's a whole thing.
Walking around the concourse was great.
Oh, dude,
they need to do something about the
or whatever
was
going on there. You were getting hit with beautiful air.
The ice cream lines were unbelievable.
I am a grown man, and I should not have to wait that long to get ice cream. And so long that I decided to not get ice cream.
That's bad. It's bad.
And this kid, he did it during the World Series. He's sitting here on the podcast, and he stood in one of those
October. It's in October.
I gotta see if I find that helmet. I gotta have that helmet.
People are wearing winter hats. Mike's getting ice cream Sunday, 7th inning of a World Series game.
I have one of those winter hats with the flaps.
They're very hot. I like
They're
them.
electric.
All right, does that close out baseball?
It does not. I got one more. I got Stanford. Give me the Stanford at plus 170. The tree is coming for the College World Series.
Wake Forest is really good.
Stanford shouldn't even be there. If it
I
wasn't
saw
for that Texas
that
kid
was a
losing the
great
ball in lights.
Texas. That was a great way to. You got to ride that momentum there.
That is true.
What are you doing?
They got that chance to make it through.
Nick Castellanos swung at one of the worst pitches I've ever seen.
Oh, the game's on.
Oh,
I gotta get it on.
It's
All right,
not
let's
good.
go.
All
What's
right, are we
next?
good? Are we good on baseball then?
we are
can
now
move
good
along?
in baseball.
Then let's go to we'll go to soccer. Not a lot going on now that the Champions League has ended. I mean, we're talking about a very small grouping of games. I don't know what you guys were able to
There's
find,
a
but
good amount of
there's some MLS
Euro
stuff and
qualifiers and stuff too, though.
Yeah, there's some other stuff you can
There's some
play
other
around
things
with.
you can international.
European Championship qualifying. I didn't even think about that. So
We got Nations League. It was getting semifinals, I believe. In the
maybe I'll
Nations
just
League.
put the show on pause and I'll go. I'll maybe
No,
get some picks in here.
Actually, yeah, go ahead. I need you to get as many soccer picks as you can.
Why I crushed soccer last week.
Oh yeah. Well, now I know you're due
I
for
did.
a lot of losses.
I did. I'm sorry. I did. I crushed soccer.
All right,
You did
congrats.
not.
I'm sorry.
You're not gonna get so defensive. It's okay.
Damn it.
He's putting the mask back on. The mask's back. It's not. That's not good. I don't even know. Like,
This is glorious.
I mean, okay. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. I mean, Mike, I'll go to you then. I guess you can start us off with your picks, and we'll
I'll
go.
start with the
there.
Nations League. The Nations League tomorrow. We're obviously going to go with USA plus 125 against Mexico. We play. I think
I'm
it's
also
tomorrow at
on that
10.
pick, by the way.
Play tomorrow. I was
Throw
trying
it
to
on
find
my
for them
card as
just
well.
to advance, but I couldn't find them to advance because it is a
Oh.
semifinals. So I just took a money line. Bryce almost hit that one out.
I wouldn't say almost out. I wouldn't say that, but
But yeah,
all
so
right,
I'll take
USA in the
And
Nations League. I'm on that
obviously-
too.
In that game, I'm going to take Flo Balagoon plus 195 to score. I assume he's going to have to start tomorrow. And we're going to take
What
him
is
to
it,
score in his
plus-
debut. Plus 195.
Plus 195 for you. Mark, what do you got in soccer?
I also have USA on my card there. I'm also going to take Canada at minus 140 over
Put that
Panama.
on my card.
Canada over Panama. Panama. They are in trouble. Canada's better. So yeah, Canada. I don't know how USA and Mexico have been. I feel like they've been playing each other in the semifinals a lot lately in these random tournaments. But yeah, Canada, USA final battle for North America.
I'm also on Canada and Panama. The Canada Panama situation.
Panama.
Panama.
But I'm on them minus 140 at Bovada, like you mentioned. I guess I snagged a couple quick international ones. Norway over Scotland plus 105, and Israel over Belarus minus 155. What's your next one, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, I got Israel as well. Sorry.
All right, I'll throw it on the card for you.
Didn't ask you. I got Spain, I got Spain Italy draw plus 225 in the UEFA Nations League semifinal. I think the Croatia Netherlands game was a draw today, so I think it'll be a close game tomorrow too with Spain Italy.
Plus 255, Mike.
225.
225. Mark, what's your next one?
I'm going with Italy draw no bet in that game. Plus 132.
Italy figure it out internationally yet with soccer after missing the last World Cup?
Who knows? But they did win the Euro
Euros
after
before
missing the
that.
World Cup before that. So maybe they'll show up in another stupid tournament.
That's what I was going to
That's
say.
a
They should
stupid
be in it.
tournament.
They'll be in the next World
The
Cup.
Nations League is kind of dumb. The Nations League is just
Well, it's just
like,
another
what are
league
we
added
doing
for
here?
money.
Yeah, but like
I thought you were
it's-
talking about the actual Euros. Never mind.
No, Euro's cool. World Cup's cool.
Yeah.
But this Nations League and the Gold Cups and all this stuff, I just don't understand the need for that.
But
Understandable.
I think
Mike, what's your next one?
the World Cup, that was my last soccer pick actually. But the World Cup, do you like that they're adding? I think they're adding a lot more teams to the next one. It'll be like one more game for each team and stuff.
4 group games?
I think so.
I'm out. I'm out on 4 group games.
I think they're adding, or maybe it's not 4 group games. Maybe it's just more groups, and it'll be one more once they make it out of the group. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure they're adding a good amount more teams. So now, like, Italy won't
Yeah,
miss probably next time, and
it's gonna have 48 teams.
yeah. So
Yeah, the more the merrier. I'll close out my soccer picks then with NYCFC over Columbus plus 120, Nashville over St. Louis minus 140, and then LAFC versus Sporting Kansas City plus 165 on the money line. Mark, do you have anything else in soccer?
I do. I have Atlanta FC minus 135 and
Who
FC
they playing?
Cincinnati. Atlanta FC is playing. Hold on, I gotta get over there. They are playing New York City FC. And
Wait a
then I
second.
got
When is that game?
621.
So it's
never mind.
but it might be after.
Never
the
mind.
pod
That does
starts.
not
it's gonna
count.
be 7:30. Yeah,
Never mind. My picks are canceled.
both of them.
Yep, the last two I had.
Well, that's a real problem. I mean,
Another
yeah,
shameful event in this household.
Not
What is
good.
going on?
Well, fellas, regardless, while Mark tries to figure out what he's picking and how to read dates, let's move on to some tennis picks. Even though the French Open has wrapped up, tennis still marches on. I'm completely out. I can't win. I pick one game a week. I can't win. I've lost both of those back-to-back weeks, so I'm out. I'll go right with you, Mike.
Yeah, I only have a parlay. Didn't find a lot of value, so I just tried to. I have 4 picks that I'm just going to parlay together and take all straight in the WTA.
Okay.
I'm going to take Katie Bolter minus 225 versus Daria Sinigur. Magna Linette minus 250 versus Barag. Camilla Giorgi minus 375 versus Mandalik, and Bianca Andreescu minus 500 versus Hrunkakova. I really choose some of the toughest names out there every time. But it's plus 207 is the parlay with all 4 of them. So just trying to get value where I can. Hopefully all the favorites win.
Understandable.
They really jump right back into it after the French Open.
No days off, dude. Tennis and darts,
Ego,
buddy.
That's Queen of the Clay, I was saying. I did jinx her on Saturday.
Oh, boy, did
jinx her
you.
on Saturday. I had her minus 5.5, and she was up 6-2 in the first set, and then the second set she was up 3-0, cruising to a victory, 3-1 with the serve, and she ended up barely winning in the third set after getting broken 3 times in the second set. It was I jinxed her. So
Thanks.
Most certainly did.
I
While
just
trying
really
to
gave it
talk,
out there.
while trying to talk trash to your friends. It was
Correct.
not good. Not good. Mark, what do you got in tennis?
So I have 2 parlays. I almost did a similar thing to Mike here. I got one in the ATP. I'm going with Hurkacz minus 275, Taylor Fritz minus 425, and Tsitsipas at minus 375. Putting those 3 together puts it at plus 113.
Hold on.
Hold on. Hurkacz.
I couldn't remember.
Fritz.
I got that one. I couldn't remember
Tsitsipas.
Tsitsipas's first name, so I had to look it up.
Well, I didn't know you wanted first names. I apologize.
You don't have to. You don't have to do it. I usually know it. Fritz, Tsitsipas, and it's plus
113.
plus 113 at Bovada.
Yep.
We're good on that. What is the other parlay?
My other parlay, I went to Nottingham for the WTA.
Home of the Reds, the Nottingham
Yeah.
Forest Reds, the Premier League, the English Premier League zone, Nottingham Forest Reds.
Look,
Yes,
Greg, come on, give it to him right. It's the back-to-back Premier League Nottingham Reds.
correct. Thank you.
But I'm taking two people that might be from Nottingham. It sounds like they could be. Heather Watson, plus 130. She's taking on Victoria Golubic. That's a tough name to say.
It's a tough
And then
one.
I'm taking Harriet, Greg's favorite player, Dart, at plus 135 over Angelina Kalinina, which is
You parlayed them together too?
Yeah, plus 441 for some nice value. These are the things sometimes you got to also do when you're in last place. You got to start. Oh, ow, God.
What was that?
These headphones just came so hard out of my ears. I was saying, if you're in last place, you gotta swing on your way down. But man, I took these headphones out with a swing.
Mark blowing out an eardrum by
what in the
accident.
world?
I'm
So
just
that
having
was
a rough week.
that was plus 441.
Yeah.
All right, plus 441 on your parlay. All right, we'll move on then. We'll move on to darts really quickly.
Yeah, it's all you.
Yeah.
No objection from Mike.
None for me.
Well,
I'm
fellas,
trying to. People are what I'm sidetracked with on my phone. People are asking me about the pod, so I was letting them know about it.
Who's asking you about the pod?
My friends that
I don't care.
We no.
No.
Okay, well,
Oh, go ahead.
friends that we took the van trip with. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Probably
People are
probably
asking
killed
questions.
the vibes. Probably killed the vibes.
I'm just saying, people are asking questions. I gotta let them know.
Well, regardless, fellas, it is the World Cup of Darts. Kicks off today, Thursday. If you're watching this or listening, it will be ready to go. Tons of great matchups. New format, all pairs. Every match is pairs. There's no singles element at all in this. There's a group. It's up to 40 teams or 40 countries are represented. There's a group stage now. Top 4 seeds get buys into the second round, but the rest is group stages, groups of 3. It's going to be a lot of fun and entertainment. It kicks off tomorrow. Switzerland and Italy. They're the first pick that I have as a part of my parlay that I'm putting together for some first games of the day winners. I got Switzerland and Italy -2. Switzerland over Italy -250, and then I got my lock of the week here, fellas. Poland -210 over Portugal. It's 2 tour card holders versus 1. I like the Poland team in this matchup. Putting those two
Go on, you go. Sorry.
Putting those two together, plus 107. And then I'm also doing the Czech Republic over Singapore, -400. And then Switzerland, Poland, Czech Republic, plus 158. Coming back on Bovada. Little parlay action. Mike, what was your question?
I was going to ask, what is the spread meaning there? I was going to take Poland spread.
1.5 legs. So it's best of 7, so they'd have to win by 2. Win by 2 legs.
I'll take Poland -1.5, -110. Hopefully I don't mush you.
Listen, I just got to win money line, baby. That's it.
That's true. But yeah, I'll take Poland. Why not?
-110 on the spread there. I got a couple more picks just to bang it out. Just remember last year, Mike, I did give you the winner, Team Australia, outright. Huge dub last year for the World Cup. They'll be looking to defend their title. Not a top 4 seed, so not an automatic place in the second round. Do have to win their group to advance. But I got a couple upsets in these first matchups. South Africa over Spain, plus 190. France over Northern Ireland. Mark's boy, Daryl Gurney, on that Northern Ireland team. Could be. I like the French team, plus 285. And then New Zealand over Latvia, plus 105.
You're saying Australia won last year and they're plus 2,500 this year?
Listen, let's not get into my. We'll get right into my futures. I got a bunch of them.
All right, sorry.
I like to sprinkle it around a little bit.
Right.
England plus 350. Rob Cross, Matt's boy, Michael Smith, world champion, world number 1. Scotland, sneaky here, Mike. Sneaky with Scotland because Peter Wright looks like he's playing about as well as I typically do lately. But his partner, Gary Anderson, 2-time world champion, I mean, been on fire, made a final over the past couple of days in Germany on the Pro Tour. So sneaky, plus 800 outright. I got Australia outright, plus 2,500 because Damon Hedda won 2 days ago on the Pro Tour, his 7th career title. Whitlock always steps up when it comes to the World Cup. Ireland outright, plus 6,600.
You're going to take every team?
I'm going to take a couple of them, Mike. Relax, buddy. I got reasonings behind
This is how he does it. This is how you do it.
Ireland plus 6,600. Keen Barry, new member of the team, captaining the team. He's the Irish number 1. Him, Willie O'Connor. That's a pretty formidable team. Both made the semifinals of the UK Open just 2 years ago, or just a year ago, actually. And then Canada outright, plus 8,000. I would take USA outright, but I'm sure their odds are astronomical in terms of winning. I think it's They're somewhere in the neighborhood of plus 12,500 on Bovada. Leonard Gates, Jules Van Dongen. We'll see.
Who's the guy that you said was playing like you or
Peter Wright, snake
Oh.
bite? Yeah.
Oh, is he? What's he doing? He's walking up there and putting 3 darts in 180 and then taking pictures.
Honestly,
How's he not getting caught?
Honestly, if he could, he probably would be doing a lot better than he is now. But regardless, that is darts, the World Cup. Great time. Should be a lot of fun. The only pairs event on the schedule. Let's go to the UFC. Just an abysmal card, Mike.
Yeah, it could be better. There's good Bellator this weekend.
Are you going to take Bellator?
Yeah, I didn't even look, to be honest, but I think I am.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I think I am. I'm going to take Daniel James even odds against Gokhan Sarikam. I think it's in Chicago, and I think he's from Chicago. I don't know. He was throwing out the first pitch at the Cubs game I saw from the Bellator Twitter. So I'm going to take Daniel James even odds.
Daniel James, even odds. I do see an intriguing matchup. This is like the who's who of guys that used to matter in the UFC. I'm taking Phil Davis over Corey Anderson.
Levels.
Plus 140. I don't care about levels or not. Corey Anderson stinks.
I know.
So I'll gladly take Penn State's own Phil Davis. So I'm in on that. Mark, anything in? I guess you could do the UFC if you want, or Bellator. You do Extreme Fighting Championship.
I got nothing in the martial arts game this week. Nothing in the fighting game this week. I mean, I'm gonna try and keep it a little tighter since I am in last place, and see if I can just gain units on you by having less picks.
That probably makes sense. That's probably a good strategy if we're being perfectly honest. Mike, what else do you have in the fighting sports?
I'll go with Sergio Pettis plus 150 against Pitbull. Patricio Pitbull. I think Pitbull's either going for a third belt or a fourth belt in Bellator. I think he's like trying to break some sort of thing, some sort of record for belts in Bellator held at once or held overall. So I'm gonna take Pettis here to upset him. I think he's.
I'm taking Pettis as well.
I think it's good value.
Yeah, I'm in on that, and then I'll jump back into the UFC. I got Kyung Ho Kang plus 135 over Christian Quinones. My only other pick is in the main event that features Marvin Vettori and Jared Cannonier. So I guess I'll go back to you, Mike.
Yeah, I'll jump back into the UFC as well. I'm gonna go against Zalgas. I'm gonna go Felipe.
The guy fights every week.
135. No, he was supposed to fight a few weeks ago, but he got canceled when he had that Beatles hair or whatever was going on. But I'm gonna go against Zalgas. He stinks, so I'm gonna take the underdog. I've never seen the other guy, but just the main event.
All right, then we'll go to the
main side here.
We'll go to the main event. Marvin Vettori, Jared Cannonier. Lines have moved actually at Bovada. It was Cannonier just a shade under like minus 10.
I had a minus 103, but it's to even now.
Yeah, minus 103 is what I had seen as well. It's even money now. Mike, I'll give you the right away here.
I will be taking Jared Cannonier, even odds. Vettori's probably just going to try to take him down, but I think Cannonier might be somebody that could knock out Vettori. So,
100% even odds. I don't know. How do you not take Jared Cannonier here? I don't know what Marvin Vettori's ever actually done to deserve a main event or the title shots that he's had in terms of guys that he's beat, etc.
Just lays on people, which could happen for sure, but I'll take that power shot but coming back from Cannonier.
All day, every day. All right, fellas, and let's move on we'll move into golf. This is the fastest we've ever been to the end of the final sport of the night here. But we'll do a little bit of golf talk. We have the U.S. Open. It is L.A. Country Club hosting the U.S. Open. I think the first major they've ever hosted. Should be a very interesting tournament. First major post-merger, which is the whole thing. So I'm excited to see where this goes when it comes to the PGA Tour, etc. So, Mark, I'll kick it off with you since you weren't really involved in the UFC stuff.
All right, so I'm going to start with
Tiger
these
Woods.
no, relax. Okay. I'm going to start with top 20 pick. I feel like Siwoo Kim's going to go top 20 for some reason, and I love it at plus 250. That is some value to start off golf. All right, thanks.
What is it?
Appreciate it.
Plus 220? I'm
Plus
trying to write it down.
250.
I'm writing it down.
250. What do you? No, you're not writing it
Why are
down.
you writing it down?
You're just an idiot. But
Correct.
I'm very excited for this tournament. The par threes on this course are incredible. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but there's a couple that are up there at like 290 that
Yeah,
these
that's
guys are
Yeah,
gonna
unbelievable.
have to
I saw that's. I mean, I'd get a 7.
yeah.
You got to
I
pull
mean,
out the
yeah.
driver, and you hope you hit a good drive to even.
Oh, hey,
game.
here's my birdie chip from 170 out.
And then one of the best parts is arguably there's I think it's the 14th hole or 15th hole possibly somewhere right in there. It's like 120 to an 80-yard shot par 3 for these guys. And Ricky Fowler was even talking about potentially laying up if the pin's like short right, which would be like an 80 plus shot, which is ridiculous because the green is just so hard. Like if you land it at a certain area, the ball's just definitely going to the back bunker, which means you're probably leaving with a 4 or 5. And he was like, I don't know, like over there's more space and you can just have an uphill chip and it's a little bit easier and you can get out of here with a 3. And it's like, what? You're going to lay up on a 80-yard shot?
That could be why. That could be the term smart golf and why we're not as good as them.
Yeah,
Oh, no, we're not as good as them
that's
because we just don't. We don't have the length off the tee, Mike. Michael Block taught us that.
That's true.
We don't have the length.
You know
off
what
the
else
tee.
is ridiculous
Sure,
though?
James
I
Lee.
looked up. I was sitting here talking to my father, who loves golf. Shout out, Pop. He and I were talking about like Matt Fitzpatrick because he won the U.S. Open last year. Matt Fitzpatrick is 5'9", 160 pounds. And he hit a 3-wood that carried 290 last year in the U.S. Open in the final round.
Crazy.
Like, in what world does that physically, scientifically make sense? Like, I understand, like, Dustin Johnson can pound the ball. I understand Bryson DeChambeau can pound the ball. Rory McIlroy is like 5'9",
Rory's
160.
Rory's
What
not
are
big,
we
but-
doing? Rory's short. Victor Hovland's short. Like, I mean, I think Justin Thomas is only 5'10". Like, what are we doing?
Justin Thomas not good at golf anymore, so that's a problem.
It could not be the case this week. You never know.
I have Matt Fitzpatrick to go top 20 minus 105. Just speaking of him, Mark.
I
So
don't like you.
Speaking
That's
of
my
Justin
guy.
Thomas, I do have Justin Thomas top 20 plus 115.
Ooh.
He's been playing some horrible golf, but he's a former U.S. Open champion. I think he might be able to turn around this week and at least play some decent golf. Maybe win, but at least
him
at
and
least play some decent golf.
I have like a personal grudge now against him and Tony Finau for just destroying my picks
Cool.
for the season long thing with how poorly they played at the PGA Championship. Just
Yeah, it's tough.
unbelievably bad. Very mad at them. So, Mark, what's your next one?
I'm gonna speaking of Justin Thomas, I'm gonna take Max Homa top 20 plus 160. I'm also gonna lock that up plus 160. This could be a big gainer for me. Max Homa, local kid, was playing on this course in college. He holds the course record, the official course record. Shot a 61 in the Pac-12 tournament there. So, you know, he's familiar with it. This is the same kind of thing I did last year when Matt Fitzpatrick won. Matt Fitzpatrick won the U.S. Amateur last year at Brookline. Not last year, but previously. So I'm just going back to the well. Max Homa, plus 160, top 20, lock it up.
I do like the strategy, honestly, Mark. It's good info.
It's good to know the course. It's very good to know the course. Like,
And
as
he's played
somebody-
it. He's played it at a competitive level. It's not like
Yeah.
he goes out there and tools around on a Saturday. No, he's played it in like legitimate tournaments, like collegiate tournaments. So that's actually really good info. I do have him and Dustin Johnson both to make the cut minus 105 on my card. I also have one other one of all to make the cut. Brooks Koepka, John Rahm, Rory McIlroy minus 125 on Bovada. Mike, what else you got?
Yeah, I actually did a lot of research and a lot of strategy into my lock of the week. And my lock of the week is Tom Kim to make the cut minus 150. So I put a lot of strategy and studying and hours into Tom Kim making the cut. And the reason isn't because Greg told me he wasn't going to make the cut.
I have Tom Kim to miss the cut plus 110 on my card. Set that one up a couple hours ago when I was getting ready for the show.
So
Um,
Tom Kim made the cut last year at the U.S. Open. Has been playing some solid ball. I think the last 2 tournaments he got cut, so he's due for to make a cut here.
well, no, your whole reasoning was Tom Kim made the cut at the Masters, missed the cut at the PGA, so he's due.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what I said. Yeah, makes sense.
That was what you said.
That makes sense.
I have Gary Woodland to make the cut minus 125 and Matt Kuchar to miss the cut minus 110. I think that gets all my make and miss the cuts out of the way. I do, in honor of Matt and him not being here, I will say I have hole in one, yes, minus 150. Matt did nail the playoff last week at the RBC Canadian Open. We didn't even talk about Nick Taylor's unbelievable putt to win that tournament.
Which wasn't even the best part of that moment. The security guard taking Adam Hadwin down.
Hadwin's a small guy too, or like compared to that security guard. I'm surprised he's playing.
The form tackle. I mean, he got absolutely leveled. If they still did Jacked Up on ESPN, that's on Jacked Up. That's on Jacked Up this week. Keyshawn Johnson yelling Jacked Up.
It was on Alpha Live. Dan Orlovsky was
breaking down the feed.
Down. The one angle. It's like the one angle where he starts coming around, and then you can see the like security guard in the background, and he's like looking around Nick Taylor, and then he just like, as you can see, Hadwin gets closer, he goes around him, and then you can just like see him set up and level him. And then,
I get the security guard's doing his job there, but buddy, know the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
He's also got a giant bottle of champagne.
Yeah,
like, no fan has a giant bottle of champagne.
I just carried this around for 6 hours watching this round.
Yeah, I spent $7,000 buying it here at this prestigious golf course. Like,
Mark, what's your next pick?
I got a couple more top 20s I'm just going to rattle off. I got Jason Day plus 140. I got Jordan Spieth minus 105. And I got Sam Burns plus 190.
So Jordan Spieth top 20 was up 105?
Yeah, minus 105. And Sam Burns was plus 190.
Sam Burns top 20 plus 190. Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, going back with Tom Kim, I got him top 40 plus 105. But also, to go back with last week, I think that was really deflating for Tommy Fleetwood. He should have won on 18, didn't. Should have finally had his first tour win. I'm going to take him to miss the cut plus 175 this week.
I
think it's going to be hard for him to get back up after that week. That was such a depressing way to lose. He had it. All he had to do was get a birdie on that easy par 5 18.
Yeah,
and he hit it, and he could have just laid it up to the left, and he just completely put it.
Throw Fleetwood top 20 finish on my card plus 140.
Action.
He lost to an amazing putt.
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. It's deflating, but he should have closed it out before. It shouldn't even got to the playoff.
But did you see his reaction when the putt went in? He just kind of laughed it off, and to be honest, the Canadian guy won in Canada. Like, it was like Tommy Fleetwood probably was like, it is what it is. Like, I'm sure he wasn't happy that he lost, but he was playing some good golf. So I'm putting him on my card because he was playing some good golf.
What was his top 20?
140.
This
is
where
I'm going to
spend
deflating. All my units. You're deflating. No, you're actually inflated.
Ooh.
Your brain's inflated.
Brooks Koepka, 16th or better, minus 125. Cam Smith, 29th or better, minus 130. Live guys making it happen this week. Victor Hovland, top 20. That's my last top 20, minus 190. Thought I was reading top 20, and I had him at decent odds, but it was actually top 10. And I was like, I'll just do top 20 instead and get zero value out of it, but I liked it. So Mike, I'll give you your next one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chalk. I'm gonna go Scotty Scheffler plus 650 to win it all. I think he's going to remain number one in the world, and he's always there battling. So I'm going to take that. That's why I'm also going to take him top 5 plus 150 and top 10 minus 150.
Top 5 is plus 150.
Yep. Top 10 minus
Scotty
150.
Scheffler. Top 10 minus.
He's just always there.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Top 10 was what?
Minus 150?
Minus 150. Okay.
Are you listening to this, man?
Yeah.
I got confused.
What's going on
Multiple 150s.
Don't ask me what he said, but are you listening?
Scheffler's best player in the world currently. I think he'll be there. He could go for his second major on the. No, he didn't win any majors yet this year, right?
Not yet this year. I have. I'm on 2 chances: Scotty Scheffler and Tyrrell Hatton plus 550. So I'm getting involved in the Scotty Scheffler game. Mark, what's your next one?
I got a 2 chances as well. I'm taking Hovland or Homa plus 800. 2 chances. The H's. 2 guys that should be deflated with their previous losses coming. Actually, I guess Homa didn't have a previous loss, but Hovland kind of did. Doesn't matter. He's back here to stay.
I have Hovland in the 2 chances as well, but it's 2 chances. Victor Hovland, Dustin Johnson plus 1,100 at Bovada. So trying to maximize the value. I love playing the live guys, getting them in there. They've done very well, so I'm in there. I'm going to close out my picks. I have 2 top 40, Sahith Theegala, top 40 plus 105, and Patrick Reed, top 40 plus 105. He's just always hanging around in majors inside the top 40. So, Mike, anything else in golf?
Yeah, we'll go Scheffler and Thomas, 2 chances plus 600. And that'll be my last before the challenge.
So, plus 600 for you there.
Yep.
Mark, what else do you have? Anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw Spieth on my card at plus 2,000, and I'm gonna throw Rory on my card at plus 1,800. I'm trying to figure something out here.
Oh, you're just gonna pick everybody? Isn't that what you said about darts?
That's not what I said. It's not what I said.
Pick
Don't say it
everybody?
about me. I didn't say it.
I see Rory plus 1,600. Just saying.
I see him at plus 1,800.
You got to reload the page.
I just did. Still see him at 18. I'll take a picture.
What page is
Taking a
loading?
picture, right?
All right, you guys take a picture. Let's close
It is
out the
1,800
show.
What an idiot this
It was
This
is.
guy
1,600. I had to
stinks.
reload my page.
Matt finally gets a challenge win, and I think I just got reports he's
Correct.
now making his own crab fries at Citizens Bank Park,
Wow.
waiting for the show tomorrow.
They have the seasoning right there. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go to the challenge. It is in obviously the U.S. Open. Mike and me, we're tied at the top here. Mark, you're only 1 game behind us. I'll let you see if you can catch up to us. Who you got?
I'm going with Homa plus 2,500. Also on the card for all the reasons stated before. It's been a pleasure this week, guys. I've had so much fun. See you next time.
Mike, I'll let you go
We
next.
actually did just get Matt's pick for the challenge this week. He's going to take Bryson DeChambeau plus 4,500. And I assume
Shocking.
he'll want that on his card. So we did get that in. But
Did he send any other picks at all?
No,
or-
not
nope.
yet. But he did save himself a minus 10 week by just taking 1 pick, right?
correct.
That is true.
We'll get picks out of him. I'll be tweeting them out for everybody. So
Oh, the social guy will be tweeting them
yes,
out.
correct. Oh, sorry, social guy. Social guy was getting called out today, being figuring out who it actually is by a fan. So shout out that fan. But I'll
Shout out that fan.
Yeah, I forget the name. Sorry. Justin Thomas plus 4,500. I'm moving on. I want it on my card too. I think Scheffler wins, but I can't take him in the challenge, so I'll take Justin Thomas.
I'll close it out, fellas. It's Tyrrell Hatton. It's Tyrrell Hatton on the card plus 3,500. It's Tyrrell Hatton in the challenge plus 3,500. Outside of that, interesting show. 3-man week. Always brings it out.
Man,
But the 3-man weave. All right, fellas. Well, let's go win some bets.